Hi there. So, almost said welcome to Something Saturday, but no, we're not Something Saturdaying today. We are making a men's card. So, hopefully you can see this all right. And hopefully you can see that it's got that heat embossed part on it there. So I thought I would show you how to make this card. It was meant to be done as a workshop in person, which unfortunately, because of lockdowns, we are not able to go ahead with the in-person class, which is really disappointing, but there you go. And I just realised I didn't take a card out. So this might be a good idea, good opportunity, get a card out to make this card with. Okay, so, I was going to show you the two stamp sets that I've actually used on this. So I've only used two stamp sets. So I have used Watercolour Shapes, which is this one here. And I've got to say, it is fabulous. I've just loved the way I can use this on all sorts of different things. You can actually see it in practice over here as well. And then the other one is one of my favourite stamp sets that you might realise that I have used several times before, which is this one here. I love the way that this saying is a nice, decent saying to be able to put it on the front of a card and not worry about it. And, you know, that's, you can kind of just get away with putting that onto a background and that's it. So, yeah, that is the two stamp sets that I've used. Oh, by the way, they are. This one is $37 and this one is $33. So they're not hugely expensive stamp sets or anything, but it does make a really cool card. So make sure that your card is facing the right way around because, you know, that's kind of always good. Although, to be honest with this one, once you've stamped it, it won't matter. You can always flip it round, but you do want to get the saying the right way around. So I have used Misty Moonlight as my ink pad for this, and I've got the square, so the big square. So all I'm going to do, see how well this inks up. Some of my ink pads are very, very inky. If you end up with a very, very inky ink pad, just grab an old ruler or an old bone scorer or something that's got a flattish edge to it. You can actually even use one of these, so you can use the edge of this if you really want to. I've done that before when I haven't been able to locate either my ruler or my other one. That does look kind of inky to me, so I will show you what I do. Just grab that and you literally just push the ink down and then find a tissue and wipe off the excess, and in this case my ruler is good to go. So let's redo that, re-ink, that looks a bit better. Alright, so what I did was I started off with one in the middle. Hey diddle diddle, right in the middle, and you'll notice that I'm using my stamping mat underneath it because it is a photopolymer stamp. So then, rather than re-inking it, I'm just going to line it up and stamp it again. And line it up and stamp it again. So that way you're kind of using up all the ink on your block. And then you're just going to, oh, excuse my head, just need to make sure I'm getting it in the right place. And now you don't want to ink it, you don't want to just stamp it down, because look what happens. You end up with that, and trust me, you probably don't want that in the middle of your card. You're going to go, oh no, didn't mean to do that. So clean it off. My trusty, exceedingly dirty. It's actually not dirty as such, it's just very stained. This is my stamping cleaner, chamois, that's the word I'm after. So I store my chamois in this, which you can purchase in a pack of 4 from the catalogue. So I just find that a really useful place to store my chamois. All right, and I also want to have another one of these. Let's pop one down here, and excuse my head again so I can line it up properly. There it is. Now potentially I might be able to get away with using this one again. Excuse my head. There we go. All right, I'm going to give that a clean off though, because otherwise I am going to end up with a line if I'm not careful. So there's my cleaned. Now I don't really want a dark colour there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it off first, and then, excuse the head, do that. I'd quite like another one up here, so I'm just going to do that. Yeah, see, I should have shoved my head in the way because that's not ended up quite right. And let's see, what else have I got? It's just, there we go. So then that creates just a really sort of random background, but I kind of think it's suitable for a guy's card because guys, well, especially my guys, don't really like to have, I have 3 boys, by the way, and my husband. They're not really into flourishes and, you know, all the pretty things that girls are into. Always wanted a girl, but hey, you know, can't have everything. So now to do the happy birthday part, I'm just going to give my card a little bit of a, this, so this has got like a sort of powdery mix inside of it. Sadly, Stampin' Up! Don't sell them anymore. It's called an embossing buddy. But you can actually create your own just out of an old, what is it, stocking with a bit of corn flour in it, and you just puff that over and it just gets rid of the static. Let me move that out of the way and this in. Don't need that anymore. So I'm going to use Versamark as the ink to be able to stamp this, because Versamark stays wet for a lot longer than our other inks do. So it is designed to be able to do heat embossing with. I'm just going to plonk that somewhere in the middle. You can tell I'm not a perfectionist. And so you'll see that at the moment it kind of just looks like a dull grey. And what you want to do is tip that back into the pot. So Stampin' Up! Now has our embossing powders in a pack. So when you buy them, you actually get gold, silver, I think it might be white and black, maybe. I could be wrong with that, but I'm just looking for my heat gun. Hang on a minute. Oh, there it is. I knew I put it somewhere. So it's kind of cool that you get all the colours in one go. So, and then you will need a heat gun to do this. So heat gun has 2 settings. It has 1 setting, 2 settings, and you want the second setting, and you just want to heat this up and wait until it goes slightly puffy and shiny, basically. We will. Oh, there it goes. Look, it's turning now. You can just see when it starts to turn, which is really cool. And it just looks so awesome. Let's heat that up. And we will be happy across the top there. And you can tell when it's done because all of that dark grey sort of colour has just disappeared. And in its place is left this, wow, shiny. So now it does warp your paper very slightly, but actually if you just leave it, you'll see that this was the same. It was warped to begin with. and as you leave it, eventually the air just puts it back to normal again, and somehow I've ended up with something damp underneath this. Interesting. So I will put a link in underneath, and that will have all the ingredients for the card. And don't forget that you can purchase those through my website, so the link will take you directly to there, and it will show you the products that I've used. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this inspires you to have a go too, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.